To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against the sea of troubles, and by opposing end them. Or I guess we could just play Mustang Sally one more friggin' time.
All right, let everybody get together there. We'll try to make it.
Alright, so cover songs. This is something that seems to come up every 6 months or so within the music community. I don't want to clap there. That sounds really bad when you... Hey, I'm a seal. So let's talk about cover songs versus original songs. This is something that seems to come up every 6 months or so in the music community. I equate it to that scene in The Godfather where Clemenza talks about how gang war is good every so often because it helps clear out all the bad blood. Actually, it's nothing like that. But anyways, basically every so often it seems like people have to vent their spleen about how mundane and trite it is to cover other people's music as opposed to going out and writing your own songs and performing those. Where this comes into play for us is when we were getting ready to do the Mad Dogs and Mainers show, we were promoting it on Facebook because that's what you have to do these days. And somebody felt the need to post a comment about, oh, another cover band, oh, blah, 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 so much hate. And a few people started getting the thing going because that's always fun. That always ends well, you know. Nobody changes their mind, and in the lightning round, everybody gets to question whether or not their parents were related before they get married. So anyway, this guy basically decided to try and tell us how we were all trying to get rich and famous off of the coattails of Joe Cocker. First of all, no one was getting rich and famous off of that show. That show was a labor of love for pretty much everybody, for everybody involved. The other part that was really funny is everybody who is involved in that, at some point or another, is involved in a project that does write their own songs, and this person had no clue about that. So that's awesome. But there is this thing that comes up about whether it's better to cover other people's songs or whether it's better to write your own songs. I've got my opinion, and that's all it is. It's my opinion. You could ask the other guys in the band and they'd have their own opinions. My take on it is that I acknowledge there are people who are better songwriters than I am. Shocking! There are people out there who have written some incredible songs. Why would I not want to play those songs? And I also really enjoy the songs that we've written and that we get to perform. The funny part is those are the songs that never get old to me. I could sing our songs 1,000 times, but eventually I will get sick of every other song, even if it's a song that I absolutely love. I will get sick of it eventually because it's done. That song is pretty much done. How many other ways are you going to do Stevie Wonder's I Wish? How many other ways are you going to do B.B. King's The Thrill Is Gone? Those songs are pretty much perfect just the way they are. Now, there are ways of doing someone else's song differently, and that's great when you can do it. Joe Cocker's version of With a Little Help from My Friends is so different than the Beatles version, and it's unique unto itself. Now, I'd like to say that that comment didn't bother me, but here I am recording this, so obviously it's stuck in my craw somewhere, and it's coming out now. Basically, I don't have a side in this. If you enjoy playing music, do it. Whether you're covering other people's songs, do it. If you're writing your own songs, do it. If nobody's listening to your songs, who cares? Did you enjoy writing it? Do you enjoy playing it? Then do it. There you go. My hat is now officially in the ring. But one thing I will say is, whether you're covering someone else's songs or you're writing your own songs, you will always be ahead of a critic. It's really easy to point a finger and to pick apart what everyone else is doing. It's really easy, and it can be fun. I'm not going to say that criticism and sarcasm can't be a little bit fun, but it's lame. Ultimately, it's creating nothing, it's really easy, and it's a lazy shortcut. So if you want to form a cover band, go do it. You want to put together a wedding band? Go right ahead. You want to sit there in your garage and make noise that maybe no one else will want to hear, but it sounds good to you? Do it. Because even doing a cover tribute show like Mad Dogs and Mainers takes a lot of work. That was a lot of work to put that show on. That was like 3 or 4 months out of our collective musical lives, planning that, rehearsing it, and trying to represent those songs as best we could. Way more effort than the Yahoo who had to post a comment on Facebook. And ultimately, I feel bad for that guy because he's not going to ever get to experience that. He's never going to get to have that feeling that I got when I was standing in front of that band and realized oh my gosh, all I have to do is not mess this up and it's going to be amazing. Being on stage with that band is kind of what I would imagine being at the front of a cavalry charge is. Just all that raw power surrounding you. It was amazing. And it's kind of sad for me that somebody who comments on YouTube or Facebook or has a snarky comment on Twitter or whatever is never going to get to feel that. They're never going to get to experience what comes of all of the hard work paying off and doing something, even if you're using someone else's songs or material to do it. They're going to miss out on that experience. And that's kind of sad. So do covers. Do originals, but like my substitute teacher in junior high used to say, whatever you do, just don't be a jerk. Don't be a critic. Go out and do something.